great win over a really good football team. So much respect for Oklahoma State and for Coach Gundy. We knew it was going to be a four-quarter battle. We knew it was going to be hard. And proud of our team, proud of our leaders, proud of the guys for not only responding to the adversity we had, but responding to each other. And we had some coaches challenge some people. We had some players challenge people. And the biggest challenge was basically when we play together and play all in and pound the stone one play at a time and not worry about what happened before, what could happen next, what could happen in a month, what could happen at any time, we have a chance to be a pretty good football team. And so hats off to our seniors that and our captains and older guys that and Avery's an older guy now. He is for challenging each other to be our best. And so we beat a good football team, and we're going to enjoy it as we have this week off.
Chris, how much maturity did you think Avery showed to throw an interception, then come back and play pretty much flawless the rest of the game?
Yeah, and that doesn't really get to him. Kellis, I know it wasn't a good play on his part, but probably the great thing about it is it doesn't get to him. He doesn't let it eat him up for the next series or the next series. On Thursday, Wellesley and I talked about this. He may have been like 32 of 35 on Thursday. And I grabbed him on Friday morning and I said, that's as on point as I've seen you in a practice. And it was really good throws in tight windows. And so I see a guy that's gaining a lot of confidence. And so we were going to be more aggressive, especially on some early downs. And I thought he really delivered today.
How good was DJ?
You know, I know there's only one ball, and we wanted to get it to everybody. But when 31's got it in his hands, guys, he's pretty dang good. And we talk about all of our guys having a role. The kid's got a big role. And I think he hears things, and he wants to prove a point as well. And DJ Giddens is a great football player, and we made a check on his 66-yard run. It was a different run play. Credit to Coach Riley. Riles changed the play at the line of scrimmage. Avery helped him. He changed it, and we got him one-on-one with the safety, and he made him miss and scored, and really pleased with how DJ played.
Towards the end of that first half, you had that quick change again. You had the immediate turnover. Did you get a little deja vu that it was kind of replicated what happened, but this time you held him to a field goal?
You sound like my athletic director now. Gosh dang it. You two in cahoots on stuff or what? We were ready to roll, and then we had the pass interference, and I didn't see it. It was a play that we scored on them in 2022, and we tried to replicate it, and they called us for PI. Don't have a clue if it was or wasn't. Doesn't matter. When we got all the way backed up, it was, okay, let's try to pop a run. And if we couldn't pop a run, let's punt the football and play to the second half. And we were up 21-13. It would have been great to go up another score there. But we wanted to make sure that we didn't make any mistakes.
When you guys were up or down 10-7, you hold Oklahoma State to a field goal off the turnover and go back and score. Do you feel like that was a big turning point in the ball game? Yeah,
it was a huge turning point that we turned it over and didn't give up a touchdown, which we had the previous week, and we kept it that one-score game. Credit to the defense and Coach Klanderman for finding a way to get a stop there, and to our guys of, you know what, we got to play better than we did last week in the red zone. And then we get a couple of big plays. They have the penalty. We get in a formation that we thought they were going to have a hard time aligning to. Avery does a nice job buying some time and hitting Oakley on the big touchdown to go up 14-13. And then I think we got the ball back. We struggled to get these guys to punt it in the first half for sure. We got the ball back, and we knew they were in man coverage. And I think they had some miscommunication, and Jace gets behind them for a 55-yarder. And that was critical at that time to go up 21-13 with a couple big plays.
Coach, last week we saw a few big plays in the secondary, but this week you had the one, and otherwise looked like the secondary pretty much locked down Alan Bowman in that passing game in the second half.
We played better in the second half. Give those guys credit. There's a lot of good play calling, and when you're trying to get everybody up there to defend Ollie Gordon, there's going to be some holes and some windows. And I'm so proud of our defensive backs, especially those corners and Siegel that are in man coverage all day on 6'4" guys. And I just kept telling Jacob, just keep competing, keep competing. Okay, he gets a holding call. Big deal. Keep competing. He makes some tackles. And that might be the best interception I've seen. And he flipped his eyes back around and made a play on a ball, and it was a true 50-50 ball against a guy that's got him by about 6 inches. That was a critical play. So pleased with how our DBs competed.
How have you seen Avery continue to improve as just a drop back passer? Maybe drop back's not the right way to say it, but just the straight in
just
the pocket.
Just the 5-step game, yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting some different formations and the guys running really good routes and him seeing the field. Every rep you get, you can go back to the guys I had at NDSU with Easton Stick and Carson, and then you see even with Skyler and stuff and Will. The more reps you have, the more pictures you see, the more comfortable you feel pre-snap and post-snap. And once again, I know this. The sky's the limit for Avery, and he's playing better football. And the more reps he gets, the more pictures he sees, he's going to be and already is a really good player and really good thrower. But he's gaining that confidence right now.
Coach, how pleased were you with the balance of the offense today?
Really pleased in the fact that we were throwing the ball on some early downs, which was good, and then getting them in a little bit of man coverage and then creasing them with a few runs. And I thought the plan was really good. They've got really good kids on defense, and so we had to try to make sure that number 9 wasn't going to wreck the game in the run game, and so we had to try to get him out of the box a little bit, so he wouldn't wreck the game, because I think he's a terrific football player. And then I thought we executed and blocked really well at the point of attack with our O-line and tight ends.
Any quick thoughts on Parrish and what he did today?
Yeah. Obviously the pick was incredible that he made, and he's just competing his tail off, tackled well. And then we played a zone one time, and he came and sawed a kid down on a 3rd and 9. And we had a pretty good rhythm to ourselves on defense throughout that third quarter to get us a lead.
You talked earlier in the week about you're not a big believer in stats. Last week, I think you gave up 240 yards. Today, 490, but you held them to field goals and didn't really let them get in a rhythm. Was that kind of the opposite this week?
Well, I'm a big believer that field goals don't beat you. And last week, that came to fruition because we kicked 2 field goals. They ended up kicking 2 field goals, and I don't know if I'm totally right on this, but I think our 4-for-4 red zone were all touchdowns. And that's a big deal when you're getting touchdowns down there and doing it a lot of different ways, running the ball, throwing the ball. Avery making a couple of really creative plays with his legs. Yeah, we have any game you play, you better win the turnover margin, you better win the explosive play battle, and you better win the red zone efficiency.
You guys neutralized Ollie Gordon after the first quarter. I think he had 3 yards rushing after the first quarter. What changed from the first quarter to the rest of the game?
I thought we hit our fits and didn't run upfield more. I think we were so, hey, let's get after the quarterback because it looks like play action and stuff, and he can crease you when you do that. And so I thought we played a little bit more under control up front and stayed in our gaps. And I thought we tackled really well because you don't want to get that guy running downhill at you or you're going to have a headache. And I thought we did a good job of that after those first couple drives.
Do you feel like the biggest difference from last week to this week is just your guys' ability to respond after you got hit with a little bit of adversity?
Yeah,
just every
we talk about that all the time. Couple things. One, playing in front of the crowd. We had a phenomenal home crowd again, and hats off to our crowd for coming to rescue for our guys because that crowd was loud. They were into it. Our guys love playing in front of our home folks, and you all the little things we talk about, penalties, red zone, all that stuff. You have to be successful, and we were tonight against a good team.